First off, let me talk my... Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my... It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That's embedded, you get it? Treat it like a law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I want the walk.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Play action here with Dalton. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short pin and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to get back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Hey, confused. Check right. Strike, strike. Yellow.
And the slot man goes in motion left. A first carry for the rookie from LSU, Ty Davis-Price. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ty Davis-Price with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Dalton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So Dalton now. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Dalton now to pass. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Here we go, set. Check pitch. Madden. Ready.
Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Ready.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Right, 60.
2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Finding room at midfield. And some space here. Loose inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Ready.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Number 38. Red, yellow. Red.
They'll look to throw here. That ball is caught. It's Linden for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Dalton off play action. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Passing, it's Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Got an open man. It's Olave. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Second down, and again it's Davis-Price. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Here we go.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Back to throw here. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And out across midfield down to the 45. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. 22 yards there, a first down.
Come on, set.
Davis-Price gets this one out of the gun. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the court.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Dalton to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Dalton. He completes it to Olave. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Dalton sets up play action. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. The quick slant caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Gets it out wide to Davis Price. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Got his man. It's London. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Dalton, 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Here's Dalton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 13. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught. Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Dalton. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They're still down quite a bit here, for several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. That's complete to Davis. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Hey, red.
They'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go play action here on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ty Davis-Price making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
This pass is caught by London.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They're going to look to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's caught by Davis.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Youngway through for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
the touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how to...
And now here is another interception. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Hal, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Thomas brings it in. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward.